Welcome to Valley Headliners, a weekly newscast presented by brvnews.com and produced by Bear River Live. I'm Carrie Dutry, owner and publisher of brvnews.com. On tonight's show, we'll recap local news and sports in the Bear River Valley. But before we do that, we want to get a thank you to our sponsors with this quick commercial break. Tremonton City has been seeing an uptick in growth over the past several years, and to prepare for that growth, the city has been expanding their secondary water system. brvnews.com caught up with Tremonton City Manager Sean Morkey for an update on secondary water and what's next for the city. Check that out right here.
The biggest project we're going to do in 2021 is secondary water. We're expanding the next phase. So we're doing service area 5.
And where's that at?
Means that it's going to be essentially on the north side of Main Street, railroad tracks to the Malad, up to 1000 North is service area number 5.
And when will that begin?
So we're doing the bids right now. We're actually going to get the bids March 2nd, so we'll know what the total costs are, and then we plan on starting the process here probably April timeframe, having it completed through October. So then it'll be operational the following spring, so spring 2023 and 2022. I'm jumping ahead.
Okay. And
so there's also a few other minor projects, secondary water that we're expanding as well. But this is a significant part of the city, as you can tell by the geography.
And why secondary water? Why are you guys putting that as a priority?
Well, we're just we run up against culinary water constraints during the peak season, which for us is July and August timeframe, and that's just attributed to outdoor water use. So we have plenty of culinary water, except during those 2 months of the year because of the high outdoor use and people irrigating. So that's why secondary water becomes so beneficial, because it puts essentially the water that's lower quality and uses it for irrigation, which doesn't need the high culinary water quality, and then we can use the culinary water to continue to provide potable water to our residents. The plan is to continue to make progress and expand it, but we'll look at each service area on a case-by-case to understand if it's feasible financially to do it, because some areas have less concentrated growth in it, and that becomes more expensive, to run lines and different things like that.
Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the cost. You guys recently passed a bond to help cover the cost of secondary water. What was that process all about, and what's the actual bond mean? So
the bond is essentially, it's called a revenue bond, and essentially what we're doing is we're pledging revenues in order to get our future revenues in order to get the capital up front to construct the service or the project, the secondary water system. So it's about a $4.5 million bond. We have about $400,000 that we're bringing as well. So the overall cost that we estimate is about $4.8 million thereabouts, but we'll need to see what the bids actually come in at and then sort of adjust from there. This isn't something that the council took lightly, and we spent months and many hours discussing the need for it, alternatives, and if this was indeed the best course. So it was a decision that was made with a lot of forethought and a lot of analysis, and frankly the complete decision hasn't been made yet. We're partway through the process, but as far as closing on the bonds, that's something that's going to be forthcoming once we actually know what the total costs are. Where we see a lot of growth is with residential. We just issued 10 building permits for 24 plexes, so 240 building permits, which is more the city's ever done in an entire year. We just had issued in 1 month. So things are starting to to really grow here in Tremont.
On last week's show, we heard from Garland City Mayor Todd Miller on the city's progress on the sewer treatment plant. Tonight, we catch up with Miller again, where he discusses the city's emergency preparedness, as well as their plans to build a new fourplex softball field in Garland. Hear what he had to say right after this.
The Pineapple sells more than just hot rolls and donuts. They offer a full breakfast and lunch menu Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Breakfast is also served on Saturdays from 7 until noon. Try some deliciousness today.
There's several new subdivisions, and then, like I said, there's going to be a softball fourplex going in at the park this summer.
Really?
Yeah,
That soon?
that soon. Yeah, we've got the entrances all engineered, and we're working with the county on some corridor preservation funds. And it should be construction starting this summer, and hopefully some of the fields done this year. It's going to be nice for hosting tournaments, and then we're hoping part of the area around it's going to have RV parking so people can come and stay.
Yes.
And the baseball softball community really is strong and loves that kind of thing, and they'll go wherever there's open fields. We've got an amazing emergency prep manager in Lynette Sorensen, and so we've used every resource we could get our hands on to prepare for disasters, emergencies, whatever we need to do. We've used all of our COVID relief money for emergency preparation. So we have emergency command centers, we have new audio video, we have ways to remotely connect with each other. All of the council has Chromebooks, so they can communicate if they don't want to be in person or can't be. So our emergency facilities are top notch right now, and that's something that we're ready for when the next one happens. We did meet with the Mayor's Association last night and talked about that. That was a topic that came up, and unanimously the mayors around the county are going to try to do their best to have celebrations as normal or as close to normal as possible. And we did last year with Beat Days. We had a modified version, but we had it. We had the fireworks. We hope to do even more this year if COVID will allow.
The boys and girls wrestling teams wrapped up their season down south with 4 Bears claiming state titles, making history as the Bear Rivers' first girls to claim championship status, and getting their names on the wall were Taya Gonzalez and Sierra McFarland. On the boys' side, senior Trenton Ward claimed a back-to-back title to finish out his high school career. Senior Kel Wilcox also walked home with a state championship title. Claiming second place during the tournament were Tacey Hatch and Kason Byrne. Finishing third were Samara Ward, Haley Farnsworth, and Shanna Archuleta. Congratulations to those awesome athletes. Watch for a video highlight coming soon from none other than brvnews.com. The Lady Bears basketball team traveled to Logan last Tuesday. After falling behind early, the Bears battled back, making it a close game throughout. The Bears scared the Grizzlies, but were unable to finish with the win on senior night over in Logan. They fell in that one, 55-46. Here's what Coach Tyrell Neal had to say in that one.
Kind of fell apart in the last couple minutes. What do you feel happened there?
We just lost our intensity. We had a couple letdowns. We couldn't find them on defense. And we know when a couple of their number 1 and number 11, of course, Karchner, when they get the ball, it's going in, and we just couldn't find them. So we switched up our defense a little bit to help with Karchner, but she just got hot, and she made some good passes to her teammates too. It wasn't just her. But we couldn't get it done the last 3 minutes, so we're looking for a 32-minute ball game, and we'll win.
Girls made a great statement tonight, probably scared Logan a little bit. Tell me about that.
Oh, it was so fun. First quarter, we were down by 10 or so, but we battled back, and it was a lot of fun to watch these girls play and battle. Our press just worked excellently. And it was fun to cheer for them on the side, and I was hoping we'd come out on top, but not quite tonight. So,
who were some of the players you were happy with tonight?
Oh my gosh, everybody that went in just contributed. Not everybody had points like the last game, but they worked on defense and they were able to get a hand up. Especially that third quarter, end of the second, we were just rolling. and the defense was just top notch. But as we saw down the wire, that defense really slowed up, and we lost them.
The second half for the Lady Bears. McKee off the screen, puts it in. Olivia, far side, spin, good move against the glass and in. Cross court, Olivia Taylor with a move to the glass and in. Kennington, pass knocked down. Inbound to Taylor off the glass and one dribble put up, no good, and a rebound by Marchant, put up no good, but Gracie Riley tries to clean it up 2 times. That's still not going to go, and Olivia Taylor now gets the rebound and the putback. Looks at a 3, doesn't take it. Olivia Taylor takes it away for the Lady Bears. Free layup for her. Puts the defense, puts up a shot off the glass, no good, and Marchant with the putback and in. And down to Alec and stuffed away by Marchant. It'll stay here. Cross court over to Olivia. 3 on the way, and it's in. Back over to Liza. Liza with a good move. Running shot in the paint goes in. Kicked over to Goldman. Tries to fish it back to Marchant. That pass gonna be taken back the other way, and Goldman with the rebound. She'll take a straightaway 3-pointer and make it. And not enough time to come back into this one, as Senior Nye will not get spoiled for the Grizzlies, but it scared them.
Right, I think the Bears earned a little more respect after this game.
As for everybody here at Bear River Live, we say thanks to Logan High School for helping with the video, and we will see you tomorrow night for boys basketball. You've been watching Bear River Live.
The Bears hosted Green Canyon to wrap up region play. Although they started strong, they were unable to match the Wolves from the three-point line and eventually lost 58-44. We'll give it back to Coach Neal.
So not the way you wanted your final region game to go, especially with such a great start. What do you think contributed to today's loss?
Well, we came out with some really intense defense, and coming out into the third quarter, we tried a little different defense, and it just didn't work, and it took us a second to get our momentum back and back to our normal. We thought something would work as we topped at halftime, but it just took us a second to get our feet back under us, and then we just couldn't catch them. So we limited their threes the first half. Okay, but the second half it got away from us again. So,
for some of the players or some of the things you're happy about with today?
Definitely Olivia inside. Callie Marchant came in the first half and got some good boards and putbacks for us. And defensively, Cammie, Caitlin, a lot of those girls playing on the wings, they did very, very well. Considering their size, but their heart was right there, and they battled with those girls really well. So just a defensive effort tonight. Yeah, we had some great offensive plays, but definitely on the defensive end.
Screen, drops a 3. Liza over to Daly, good find to the cutter, and Olivia Taylor.
4th 3 on the evening.
Liza Peebley answers back with a 2. Deep 3, and it goes. Olivia Taylor, good position, puts it in. Taken away by Olivia Taylor. She comes back the other way with it. 1-on-1, puts it in on the right-hand side. Gives off the screen, gets it back over to Goldman, and goes baseline high off the glass and in. Gives back out, Riley for 3, got it to go. Just wasting more clock, and now I think we're trying to foul, and they won't call anything. Goldman steps on the line out of bounds.
Oh, there's a lot of grabbing going on right there.
And that's what it took to call a foul. Crossed over, Mickelson out of nowhere. Almost gets this one to go. Rebound put back in by Marchant. So the Lady Bears will wrap up the regular season with only 1 win in region.
Can't always tell from the scores, but I do think the Bears have finished stronger than what we started. So it's a good time to go into state.
Oh yeah, it came a long ways from when you started.
The Lady Bears will host Crimson Cliffs on Wednesday. A win there would send them back over to Green Canyon.
Headed into playoffs next week, like you had mentioned. What do you think's going to happen there, and how do you guys get prepared for that?
We'll host a game on Wednesday, maybe a Ben Lomond or someone down south. So that might be okay too. Okay? and then we'll probably match up with one of our region teams on Friday. But it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, and so we've got some things working for us. We're coming in with some excitement, with some intensity. We know we have battled 3 highly ranked teams in our state, and they're right in our region. So we're close. We're just hoping for that little spark to finish it, and hoping things will go our way. So that's. As we keep our nose to the grindstone, as we keep working in practice, we're still improving. A lot of the other teams have kind of plateaued, but we're still improving. And I mean, we've played 4 months now for next week, and so we're way excited for that. We're all in. We're gonna go play. There's nothing else going on. It's basketball time and it's tournament time, so we are way excited.
Last Wednesday night, Bear River hosted Logan and started off the game by raining down 3-pointers. The Bears jumped ahead 24-13 in the first quarter, but lost momentum and eventually suffered another loss to the Grizzlies. We met up with Coach Shaw after the game, and here's what he had to say about that one.
Oh, you guys had a hot start in the first quarter with a big lead, but then that kind of fizzled by the next 3 quarters. What kind of happened there?
Came out, we executed in the first quarter. We came out with a lot of confidence. We knocked down some shots. We were getting it done on the defensive end. I mean, everything we wanted to be doing, we were doing. And, I want that to still just kind of be a glimpse of what this team is capable of. If we can put that together for 4 quarters, man, we're scary. And I think we're still capable. I know it's late in the season, but, if we can turn that on here for the last game and state tournament, we're going to be tough. And and then we some things didn't go our way kind of in second quarter, headed into halftime, and I don't know if we got a little bit frustrated with that or what, but we got to learn that this is how basketball's played. We make a run, they make a run, we got to answer back with a run, and we made our run, and then they made a run, and their run just continued and continued and continued. And we needed to be a little better on the defensive end at points in order to kind of end that bleeding a little bit. And we weren't, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll get it fixed by Friday.
Sees a lane, takes it, and puts it in, and 1! Here's a 3 straight away, not gonna fall. And look at Case Jones, 3 Grizzlies under the hoop. Deep 3-pointer to answer back, no good, and a hard rebound. Giles kicks it out to Jacobson, and he shows you how to put a 3 in. Giles able to get it back. Here's a good spin move, and the hook shot goes in. Finds Adams, and a good find underneath. Garrick Marble. Kick out, Adams. Adams on the drive, off the glass and in. And a pop at a 3. Not gonna go. Jones with the rebound. Put back goes in from Lish. And a rebound by from the corner, no good. Jacobson or Case Jones with the rebound over to Payne. Back over to Jones. Puts it up off the glass and in. 3 up, no good. Chase Jacobson with the rebound. Up top, Payne. Straight away 3-pointer. He gets that one to go. He'll take that look, and he'll make him pay. Your final on this one will be the Logan Grizzlies 79, Bear River 65. As the band will put us to bed here this one. We'll see you tomorrow. You've been watching Bear River Live.
The Bears wrap up a region play on the road at Green Canyon. At halftime, the teams were tied up at 22, and it stayed close until the end. Unfortunately, the scoring dwindled throughout the game, and they suffered another close loss to the Wolves. 43-40 the final. Watch those highlights here.
So another heartbreaking loss to Green Canyon. Not the way you want to end your region play. Just tell me what you thought contributed most to the loss.
I always had a hard time scoring. I mean, scoring 40 points in a high school basketball game is tough to win. And I mean, on the bright side of that, we had an opportunity to win. We scored 40 points and we were right there. So, man, it's a game we finally turned our defense back up and defended like we're capable of. But, man, gotta put the ball in the bucket at some point. So, it comes down to we just didn't score enough points.
And along those lines, in the fourth quarter, there was over 4 minutes of nobody scoring. What was the frustration there?
Yeah, again, we were defending well. Like, we were doing things well enough on the defensive end to win this basketball game. And then, yeah, we just go down and shots that we're capable of hitting and looks at the basket. And we weren't turning the ball over. I think we ended with 6, so it wasn't a turnover issue. It was, yeah, we were getting shots. And another thing is we were one and done. No offensive rebounds, no attacking the glass. I feel like we could have done a better job on the boards there, but yeah, we were just in a rut, and our defense was carrying us, which is good. And you know, that's what you ask of a team. Hey, if we're not scoring, we got to defend, and we were, and that kept us in the game. And you know, we just got to get back in the gym, get some shots up, and get comfortable so we can put some points back on the board next week.
And on a positive note, you guys were 100% from the free throw line. I think there was 12 points that you got from there. What's that like?
Good. I knew we shot it well. I knew we did. You know, and again, like, that is a positive. When we're shooting it that well from the line, we got to try to get there more. But 12 is good. 12 for 12, that's impressive, especially for this team. We've struggled with that at times, and so that's a definite plus that we can live with, and we'll need to roll with that going forward. We need to continue to shoot a high percentage to continue winning a couple more games coming out here.
Swanson over to Jones. Jones over to Marble. That's a far. Leading score for the Bears, and to answer back, Barfus tries to match with a 3 of his own, and he will answer right back. Giles takes a look at a 3 and drains it. Lundeen with a drive, draws a foul and 1. Giles hides behind Jones. There's a good dish to Jones, off the glass and in. Oh, Bears have a 1-point lead. Smith will hand it off to Anderson. Anderson will get it to Lundeen. Lundeen brings it back, drives in. They let him have the lane. Taken away by Blotter, and he'll lay it in on the other side. 43-40. Bears got to hurry now. Jacobson. He tries to kick it over to Marble in the corner, and a foul by Barfus to stop the clock. And 10 seconds left to go. They got to get it in, and they do. Giles with a pump fake, puts up a 3. No good! And the rebound goes to the court. 3 seconds left to go. In this one, Lundeen will inbound here on the baseline. Everybody puts a hat on a hat. Deep pass taken away. No timeout. You got to shoot it, and he does at the buzzer. Can't bank it in.
The Bears will now host Ben Lomond on Tuesday night, a team that they beat in the Winter Classic back in the first part of the season, 57-43 the final in that one. The Bears would then play on Friday at Dixie. Coach Shaw let us know what needs to happen to get the win moving forward.
You guys have playoffs coming up next week. What do you think is going to happen there, and what has to change in order to pull off the win?
Well, first of all, it looks like we're going to land at 15. It's going to be hard for us to move from there, which means we're going to get a home game. Who we play is up in the air, but you know, we got to execute a little better. We got to play a little smarter at times, and you know, we got to find the basket. We got to be able to score. This team can defend. Nobody can ever question that. This team can defend. So if we can defend and make baskets, we still got a nice little run ahead of us, I think.
Thanks for joining us on this week's Valley Headliners with BRVnews.com. Be sure to check out our weekly newscast every Monday night at 5:30. And if you've missed a show, no worries. We have every episode posted at BRVnews.com to watch anytime. We'll see you next week for more local news, events, and sports in the Bear River Valley. See you then.